The Ukrainian army in recent days systematically has cut off the Russian 49th Combined Arms Army main supply lines in Kherson Oblast by blowing up bridges and ammunition dumps. The Russians are adapting. But the tension in the Russian headquarters must be palpable. And not just because the Ukrainian army has become fairly adept at blowing up those targets. The 49th Army is one of a dozen field armies that oversee the bulk of the Russian army's frontline forces. The Kremlin has committed 10 of these armies to Russia's wider war in Ukraine. The army on paper is a powerful force. It draws its roughly 10 battalion tactical groups, each with several hundred soldiers, and dozens of vehicles from motorized air assault and coastal defense regiments, brigades and divisions. In all, the 49th might oversee 10,000 troops. Those troops struggle with unfavorable geography. The port city of Kherson, with its pre-war population of 300,000, is the center of gravity of the oblast the 49th occupies. Holding Kherson is central to Russian war aims. Liberating it is central to Ukrainian war aims. But Kherson is surrounded by water. The city lies on the northwest bank of the wide Dnipro River, which winds south through Ukraine before emptying into the Black Sea. The Inulets River, a tributary of the Dnipro, cuts south across Kherson Oblast and merges with the Dnipro east of the port. There are 3 main bridges that connect Kherson to territory south and east. The Antonovsky Bridge across the Dnipro on the southern edge of Kherson, as well as a nearby rail bridge, plus the P-47 highway bridge across the Inulets just outside the city. Ukrainian artillery, possibly 155mm guns firing Excalibur GPS-guided shells in the last week, at least temporarily, has knocked out all 3 bridges. The Antonovsky Bridge became impassable. Kherson City, the most politically significant population center occupied by Russia, is now virtually cut off from the other occupied territories, the UK Defense Ministry reported. All of them will be rebuilt, but by us, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said of the bridges. We are doing everything to ensure that the Russians do not have any logistical opportunities on our land. Russian engineers quickly erected pontoon bridges across the Dnipro adjacent to the Antonovsky Bridge, as well as alongside the P-47 bridge. Engineers recently dismantled the latter pontoons after repairing the P-47 bridge. But the pontoon bridge next to the damaged Antonovsky span, along with a ferry in the same area, remains the only way for vehicles to cross the Dnipro into Kherson. It should go without saying that pontoons and ferries are extremely vulnerable to Ukrainian artillery. The Dnipro pontoon bridge clearly is visible in satellite imagery. Ukraine's counter-bridging operations have an explosive corollary. Dropping spans blocks future supply. Meanwhile, blowing up supply dumps eliminates current supply. Ukrainian artillery and rockets in the past couple of weeks have struck several Russian supply dumps, with predictably fiery results. The Ukrainians' aim is obvious: to starve the 49th Army and its 10 or so battalions, so that, if and when Ukrainian brigades reach the outskirts of Kherson, the Russian units will be incapable of mounting a serious defense. Whether, when and to what end that battle might take place is hard to predict. The Ukrainians for months slowly have been advancing south from Free Mykolaiv, 40 miles northwest of Kherson, as well as south from their bridgeheads across the Inulets. It's unclear just how close the Ukrainian formations are to Kherson. Close enough, obviously, to lob 155mm shells at bridges south of the city. 15 miles? 20 miles? In any event, they're not far. And as they close the distance, they're tightening the logistical noose around the 49th Army. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. He's doing the job every day.